you have to write on a separate sheet of paper in your own handwriting. My recommendation is type it first. Okay? Type it all out first, and then you'll transcribe it from the typed copy to the paper copy. So that way you don't have to think about how do I spell this word. Spell check's already got your back. Okay, so the essay, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to explain about 4 things, and then make sure you elaborate. So one of the things that you want to explain is why Gonzaga. Okay, why do you want to come to Gonzaga? What can you do for Gonzaga? And then in return, what is Gonzaga going to do for you? Okay, what you need to show through this is your personality. Your personality should show through it, and you're writing about yourself. All right, you should know more about yourself than anybody else. So that means that when you are writing, you...
Can I interject one thing? Just going back to your why Gonzaga thing. Just make sure you guys understand this is not a general essay that you write for St. John's, for Good Counsel, for any school. When the coach says why Gonzaga, this has to be specific to Gonzaga College High School. Okay, so you need to know that it will be helpful to have information that pertains specifically to Gonzaga, your knowledge of this institution, and certainly why this is a fit for you. So I just wanted to add that.
So you're showing your personality, and then just like Coach T's saying, you want to research some facts about Gonzaga. Coach Rozier talked about the 5 pillars of a Jesuit education, and that will help you show that the importance of a Jesuit education will show that you care enough to research the school, because at the end of the day, they, just like you want to feel like you want to be wanted, all right, Gonzaga wants to be wanted too. All right, so it goes both ways. You want to explain why Gonzaga is going to be a great fit for you, and why you are a great fit for Gonzaga. And then, as always, you want to elaborate. Be as detailed as possible. Explain yourself fully. The more you can give, the better it is going to be. You have a question, sir?
Yes. Word length. Should it be so many words? 500, 150?
It should obviously be over a page handwritten. Okay. If you don't get through a page handwritten, then you haven't elaborated enough. So it's kind of like when I tell my student, we don't have a minimum or a maximum, but you should do enough to explain yourself. You should do enough to show why Gonzaga is good for you, why you're good for Gonzaga. You should be able to show your personality, show that you care enough to be knowledgeable of Gonzaga and what they're able to offer and what you're able to offer. And now to Coach Singh.
So, Coach Jack did a great job with that essay, and, the essay is really, really an important piece, and that's why he took so long in making sure that you guys really understand that's really important. So, nights like tonight, talk about that. Talk about your shadowing. Talk about your experiences at Gonzaga, and what you know about Gonzaga. So, and that's that elaboration thing. But for the placement test, hopefully everybody knows about the placement test. If you're in a Catholic school, you will take it in your Catholic school. If not, you have to take it in one of these 2 dates. All right, so that's an online registration. Deadline is the 29th, and that's here. So you can take it here, take it here. There's other places available, but take it here on the 5th. If you can take it on the 12th, it's in other places as well. So you need to make sure that you get the confirmation letter, for additional information. Review that, make sure you're signed up and you're ready to go. All right, so Choose Gonzaga College High School is one of the 2 schools to have your score sent to. So, all right, here's how that works. Archdiocese of Washington. Okay, so that's all the schools in the WCAC. You can only send your scores to 2 schools. You can only send your score to 2 schools. So if we don't get your scores, you will not be, considered for application for admittance. So if there's one school outside of the Archdiocese, you can send it to 1 school outside. So O'Connell is in Arlington. You can send it to O'Connell, but you can pick Gonzaga and St. John's, or Gonzaga and DeMatha, send it to O'Connell. Or if there's a school in the Baltimore diocese, you can send it out there. So there's 1 school outside of the diocese, but we have to be one of those 2 schools in the diocese and make sure that happens. Okay. There's the paperwork for you. Okay. There's the dates. There's the locations, the alternate locations, and just make sure that you prepare for this test. All these things are equally weighted in the admissions process. So the essay, your grades, the test, they're all equally weighted. So you want to do well in all of them. Okay. I got financial aid. Yep. Financial aid. So I work in, I didn't say this earlier, I work in the fundraising office and the advancement office. So we raise $3 million for annual funds. So 80% of the school gets funds, for financial aid. So there's a financial aid package. The school is willing to make it happen for every young man to have the opportunity of a Jesuit education. They close the gap with we're very competitive. If you look at all the schools out here in the area with our tuition. But 380 students receive $2.7 million annually. Okay, steps to apply. You have to by January 11th apply. That's not on our website. Okay, that's an outside website, and you got to make sure you get Gonzaga's code in there. Print the hard copy and submit it, and deliver it by hand to the admissions office with a smile to Miss Jonkis. Miss Jonkis loves to see you young men smile on your shadow days. Parents come meet Miss Jonkis. And there's two people in the admissions office. We'll show you where that office is on the way out this evening. Okay. Oh, feel free to include a letter explaining your heart, any situation you may have, and then anything you get back. If you get an initial response, an initial package, that's not end all be all. It always can be adjusted if there are situations that need to be explained.
So these guys did a wonderful job of breaking down the admissions process. A couple things to add to what